Hi, I'm Max and you're watching She Knows Digital, your weekly digest of online marketing tips and digital hacks to make your business skyrocket in the coming months. So today, let's talk about choosing your brand new domain name. Finding a good domain name can be a bit tricky. Firstly, because many great domain names are already taken. Secondly, there is no obvious answer to how a good domain should look or how it should be. However, there are certain rules you can follow to make the entire process much easier and to make the right choice. But before we discuss these rules, let's clarify what is a domain name. Since Wikipedia has its most complicated definition of domain name possible, let me simplify it a bit. When you create a website, it will sit on a server. Each server has its own IP address, a string of numbers which may look something like this. It would be very difficult to remember those numbers every time you want to go to the site. Imagine instead of typing the URL of sheknowsdigital.com, you would need to remember this string again, which in this case is actually my domain name's corresponding IP address. Thankfully, someone came up with the idea of domain names. So how is it structured? A domain name consists of at least a top-level domain called TLD and a second-level domain. In sheknowsdigital.com example, .com is a top-level domain, the TLD, and sheknowsdigital is the second-level domain. The top-level domain is always located to the right side of the dot, and the most common TLDs are .com, .org, and .net. So how to choose a domain name? There are 6 rules I usually follow when choosing a domain name. Remember, domain name is like your home address. It will stick with you for a while, so you need to really choose wisely. The rule number 1. Pick up 2 to 6 gems associated with your business. Choosing a few words that are strongly correlated with your business or industry will help you to search for some domain name ideas. I also like to use the thesaurus to search for synonyms. You'll be surprised how many domain names is already taken. But don't worry, the more you search, the more ideas you will come up with. An additional tip: do not buy every domain you think you like or is suitable for your business. Take a note of domains that are still available, give it a day or two, sleep on it, and if you still like it the next day, then buy it. And a pro SEO tip: do not stuff your domain names with keywords. Although domains with keywords in them used to rank much higher in Google in the past, it's really not the case anymore. So don't worry too much about those terms. Rule number 2. Make the domain unique. This is one of the most valid rules on this list. Do not choose a domain that can be easily confused with another popular website. If you choose a name closely related to another site, you might lose traffic to them as people may go simply to the other site instead of yours. So think about it when you search for your name. Rule number 3. Keep it short or make it easy to be remembered. Try to keep it as short as you can or think about some expressions that are easy to be remembered. My domain name isn't the shortest out there, but She Knows Digital shouldn't be that difficult to stay in people's mind. And if you can support your domain name with a relevant logo, that makes things even easier. Don't use the hyphens and numbers. They look really spammy and they have a much lower click-through rate from search results pages. Rule number 4. Make it easy to type. Slang words, misspellings, try to avoid them. But there are some exceptions from these rules too. For example, house.com, a very popular website. It's very short, but for me it's very difficult to be remembered. As you can see, none of these rules fully apply. But if you have a limited marketing budget, you will be better off if you stick to at least some of them. Rule number 5. Use the right domain name extension, the TLD. You have already learned that one of the most important parts of your domain name is the top-level domain, the TLD, also called the extension. Choose the domain extension that most fits your purpose of being online. For example, organizations or charities should use .org, or UK companies serving the UK market should have .co.uk. However, I would strongly recommend .com TLD. They are reputable and they correlate well with rankings in Google. And price SEO tip here, avoid uncommon top-level domain TLDs. TLDs like .info, .cc, .wc, .names are spam indicators, so don't use them. And the last but not least, rule number 6, research, especially for copyrights. Before you purchase your final domain, check if the domain you've selected isn't trademarked, copyrighted, or being used by another company. Making sure that the name is free to use will save you a lot of legal mess that could cost you a fortune, as well as your domain. Although this is not seen very often, it can kill a great domain and great company when it does. To summarize, you do not have to strictly follow every of those rules. The above should be treated as guidelines to help you find the right domain name. Let me know how it goes in the comments below. I'm Max, and you watch She Knows Digital.